Before we begin, in the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge that we live, work, and play on the traditional territories of the Blackfoot Confederacy, the Siksika, the Kainai, the Piikani, the Tsuut'ina, the Stoney Nakoda, the Métis Nation Region 3, and all people who make their homes in the Treaty 7 region of southern Alberta. This acknowledgement was brought to you by CalgaryFoundation.org. Now, back to the podcast.
Oh, for sure. It's almost as bad as Matt.
No, Matt's always just been the worst.
Oh my god, what is this? Michael.
Yeah, I'm on the screen right now, but
again,
So you do realize that this project is worth 50% of your final grade, right, Gabe? Are you sure you want to present this to the class today?
Oh, I am very sure that I want to present. I'm very sure that I want. I'm very sure that I want to present this to the class.
Okay,
so
did you drink before class started, dude? What the hell?
I always drink before I give a presentation. That's the secret to beating university. You just gotta.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hey there.
Bonjour. My name is Dean, and welcome back to the InkGuild Podcast. Just go to fucking therapy.
If I develop Sims, delete the channel.
We need to start a revolution.
And you know what? I'm gonna say it.
All of them are fucking idiots.
25 is technically you.
Just say your morning routine.
And that's fucking it. Excuse me? Where my Grisha's at? Yo.
I'd like you to rephrase that, Simp.
Is my guilty boner. Like, he'll attract the kind of people that are into serial killers. That's still bigger than a city.
It's more than one planet.
Percy Jackson is Greek mythology fanfiction.
Boneless. Oh my god.
I 100. No.
Hey, everybody. This is the InkGuild Podcast. This is your host, not Dean. I've killed him. I'm Gabe. I've murdered Dean, and I've taken his place. The reins of God have been stolen. Olympus has fallen, and I have taken his place as the Lord, our God, our Christ, our. Today, I am here. I am Gabe, and I am joined by D. I am joined by D.
You're filled by his clone.
I am filled in by the ghost of D.
Hi, everybody.
I am also here with the Soibois, Michael, and Morgan.
Hey, how's it going?
I think that the opening of a man just screaming about God and blowing raspberries into the microphone is very anecdotal of what we're talking about.
It's very fitting. This is what the film majors would call a foreshadowing.
Some foreshadowing is more subtle than others.
There's nothing subtle about what we're going to be talking about.
There's nothing subtle. There is no subtlety. There is no subtext. There is only text. Today we are talking. About the Drakengard NieR lore, story, people, characters, beliefs, thoughts. We're talking about the DrakenNieR lore. This is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. So without further ado, let's get right into this lore breakdown.
Wait, we're just jumping right into it? You're not going to lay down any ground rules? Or is everything going to be out of context?
Wait for my next slide, you
Okay.
shit.
Okay, sorry.
PowerPoint presentation is this, you little... I thought you learned when I killed you and made you a ghost man.
We should set down some parameters. Is this full contact podcasting? Is this 3-second podcasting as they're traveling?
I do actually have. Hang on. Okay, so this is a quick disclaimer. I am not a NieR lore expert. I have played 3 of the 8 games I'm about to talk about, and of those, I've completed 2 of them. One of them, you can't even argue, has a completion. So I've completed 1 of them. I've completed 1 game of the 8 that I'm about to talk about. I am going to say things that are flagrantly incorrect about the DrakenNieR canon. Don't correct me. I don't care. This is not a qualified lore breakdown. If you do want a qualified lore breakdown, please watch Valkyrie Aurora's amazing videos on the subject. They're re-uploaded and everything.
Oh, okay.
Because she deleted her channel and all that.
And she's a VTuber now.
She's a VTuber now. What?
Yeah.
This is news to me.
Twitch.tv/Nenery or whatever her name is. I'll link it later.
Shit. Okay. Point being, they've been like re-uploaded by her fan base. But yeah, they're pretty amazing. She goes very in depth with the canon. So if you do want to actually be educated on the subject, those would be the videos that I would watch. This one is one if you want to watch if you want.
If you're just as drunk as Gabe,
yeah. If you're just as drunk as I am, I'm not here to explain lore. I'm not here to educate. I'm not here to teach. This is more for people who are already sort of in this shit, and I'm here to entertain. I'm here to give a little entertainment, a little jaunt. I'm but a court jester in this lore fan base. So those are the ground rules. I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm not going to know what I'm talking about. So be prepared for that a lot of the time, especially if you're a hardcore NieR fan. Just be ready to not correct me. Second disclaimer: I didn't put this in the thing because I forgot it. But Dean, I know you haven't finished NieR Automata yet. Is that right?
I am. I think maybe close to midway through Route B.
Okay, and Michael, you said you finished 60% of NieR Automata. What does that mean?
Now that I'm thinking about the math, I'm not a numbers guy, but it would be probably like, what's 126 percentile?
I don't know.
120 what?
Because I guess if we're talking chunks of the game, this is literally just Automata.
Wait, question. Are you still playing as 2B, 9S, or...
I got like 10 minutes into 9S for whoever that makes sense towards.
Okay. I also basically got 10 minutes into 9S, but I'm fully aware of the game.
I know like all the ending too. Like I know it's about living in the society and shit.
I know some of the goofy endings.
What I'm building up to is that for NieR Automata specifically, there are certain story details that I was going to just phase over completely because I don't want to ruin them for those who haven't played them. There are certain story details that I am going to spoil, but I've been very careful to only spoil like plot details that like won't ruin the game or won't destroy your experience. There's stuff that is basically just very vague plot details. I'm very careful to not ruin this. However, Dean, Michael, Morgan, if you guys are not ready for spoilers on NieR Automata, let me know, and I will. How do you feel about spoilers?
No, I actually do know how like the ending of the game goes, and I know virtually all the endings. I technically beat the game because I did that thing where you pull the what was it, the functioning chip out of your head and you kill yourself and the game ends.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Myself, I am personally known on our channel as someone who likes to spoil stuff.
Damn.
So if you spoil something for me, I won't mind too much.
Okay. Dean, how do you feel about light, vague spoilers?
I'm good with it.
Okay, perfect. So I don't have to skip my NieR Automata section. Thank God. That was a hard bluff. I wasn't ready to skip it. All right. Anyway, without further ado, we're getting right into it with part 1. Pre-Drakengard 3.
Oh my god! I love that I could tell like what's happening, like the context behind these images. Like I get why Astafo's there. I get why the Wojak guy is there.
I am so confused.
Are any of these
so
actually
confused.
from Drakengard?
Oh yeah, the fucking waifu at the bottom right, Michael. That's definitely Drakengard, isn't it?
No.
Don't try and talk to me like I should know this, Dean. Don't talk to me like I studied.
I'm fairly sure that's like a Genshin Impact character or something.
The picture of the knights in the bottom right corner. The picture of the knights, that is from Drakengard 3. I did use an actual Drakengard 3 screenshot in this.
Oh my god.
That is actually those are all right. So what is happening here? I'm gonna explain it. I'm just realizing now I forgot to put a space between the word part 1 and the number 1.
Teacher, I have a question. Also, should I raise my hand or do we just talk when we talk?
You can just shout out. This is not structured at all.
No.
So you can just shout out if you have a question at any time.
I had a conversation about this at a Game Traders recently. Sorry to diatribe, but like there's no Deadly Premonition anymore. There's just Deadly Premonition Origins, and there's Deadly Premonition 2. For Pre-Drakengard 3, we're covering the first 2 games, right?
We're covering. Okay, so we're covering.
There's a Drakengard 1 and 2, right?
There's a Drakengard 1 and 2. We're not going to cover Drakengard 2 because Drakengard 2 is a direct sequel to one of Drakengard 1's endings, but it does not contribute to the NieR Drakengard canon. It is not. It is
shit.
I don't know if it's shit. I've never played it. I never played any of the Drakengard.
It's literally fine. As someone who's played. Well, I've played most of the series. I played 1, 2, and 3, but I've only played like part of 2 because I don't know. 2's kind of poo-poo caca.
Yeah,
it's a bit poopy pants.
It's a bit pee-pee poo-poo. Yes, we're not going to be covering Drakengard 2. We're only going to be covering Drakengard 3 and later on Drakengard 1. But we'll get to Drakengard 1. So for now. God. Pre-Drakengard 3 is strictly set up. This is the beginning of the world. Now, in the books that exist, which there are books, everything that we talk about is from fucking novelizations and shit. The books technically cover the lore from the birth of Jesus Christ up to the creation of Europe. However, we don't have to talk about that because that's all lore that we're all familiar with.
Oh yeah, clearly. Yeah.
Why do these books just have a large segment that's just apparently the real world history?
It's because Yoko Taro is. You want to talk about real world history? We'll get to that one.
I'm coming at this from a man who simply knows this man for his robot helmets and this post-apocalypse starring robot maids.
That's perfect. That's the best way to get into this because we're talking about a medieval game set in. Medieval times and such not that is part of this lore. So that's a great way to get into it. That's a great way to get inducted. I'm going to get to the next frame because this is Midgard 101. So what we need to know is that at some point in Europe, in history, there was a big earthquake and a giant city just fucking rose out of the earth. How did this happen? I don't know. It's not explained. Where did the city come from? I guess we'll find out in another entry in this series. Maybe it's a NieR reincarnation. Maybe it's in that Drakengard game that we've been hearing about for years but has never come out. Who knows? I don't. Does Yoko Taro know? I don't know. But anyway, this was dubbed the Great Disaster, and it gave rise to Earth to 2 big fantasy creatures called, I didn't include them in this frame here, but they're called the Dragons and the Watchers. The Watchers are functionally God, but they're not God. They're bad God. They're evil, demonic entities who want to destroy everything. And the Dragons are sort of they're sort of like the go-between beings. They're multidimensional entities that can enter the Watcher's realm and they can enter our realm. So they're sort of like a go-between, and amidst all of Midgard, there's basically turmoil as various wars and all kinds of European shenanigans happen in this civilization that has just burst from the bosom of the earth itself. Still with me?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
I'm getting it.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm inspired currently because I was thinking about getting a forehead tattoo, and I like Bad God.
Bad guy.
Forehead
Not-
tattoo. You're
not
gonna become
good God.
Sparky Boomman or something.
Sparky
No,
Boomman.
not like a cool like body geometry style forehead tattoo, like the ones right above the eyebrow, where they usually says like respect or loyalty or
Truly,
regret.
is there such a good thing as a good face tattoo? Is there?
yeah, the one that says bad god. Fine.
Isn't that sounds dangerously close to just damaged on the forehead?
You guys really don't get it. I'm not saying below the brow. I'm not saying below the hairline. I'm saying right above the eyebrows. So if I get shocked, I raise them. And it makes them look at it, and they're like,
you know what?
He's bad.
You know what? I wasn't with this at first, but I'm with it now.
If his
Bad
eyebrows
guy.
ever-
Still not for this.
If his eyebrows ever get seared off, people are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" And then Michael just looks at him, surprise.
Bad guy.
I could do bad god on one, and then watchers on the others. They're like, oh, he's a Drakengard.
He's a
episode.
Drakengard.
He's a Drakengard episode of InkGuild Podcast fan.
Next thing you
And
know, Michael's gonna show up with like
and
a
very
fucking
niche,
no
very
regrets like tattoo on his like fucking chin or something.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No
Really?
yogurts.
Not even one letter.
Oh god.
Anyway, amidst all of this, at some point in the year 900, some such or other, a girl is born. This girl is named Usubeni, and hang on, I'm skipping details here. A girl is born. She is an orphan, and she lives a very tragic life that basically leads up to her living in a brothel as a prostitute, where she is named Usubeni, which means crimson eyes, named after because she has, you guessed it, goddamn crimson eyes.
It's very European.
It's very European. So I'm going to skip to the next stripe where we'll be talking about the flower. We're talking about the flower.
Let's go.
I can just log off after this one. Good.
Oh dear.
I love that you put the Organization 13 image.
That will make sense in a few seconds.
Oh no, I get it.
So it's not just
It's not random.
It's
not
not
just
just
for the
an
memes.
ornamentation in a Japanese character.
That is a specialized reference right there. It's gonna make sense in a second.
Oh no.
So-
god.
So essentially, that is Usubeni in the top image, next to a dragon who I'll get to. Basically, what happens to Usubeni is whilst she is in prostitution, she contracts high-grade COVID-19 and becomes extremely ill when she makes contact with a flower, and the flower is like it's a flower, and the flower is like, I will save you, I will save you, but you have to absorb my essence. Or something like it's something like that. I don't fucking know.
There's some explanation.
That's yeah. There's like I said, there are better videos to explain how exactly Usubeni and the flower become one, essentially.
So
But
she got like this magical super variant of COVID-19.
she got
Delta Plus.
she got Delta Plus. And
She
then the
got, like,
flower was like, I will save you from Delta Plus COVID-19 if you
take Super Pfizer.
If you make a Shin Megami style contract with me and I become one with your essence.
Yeah, so it's like an inflammation in her eye, and she got like the Ligma variant, like the super version. And why are you laughing? She got like the super variant. And then the talking inflammation then sprouted out from her eye, similar to like when you get a bad cough.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Now I don't know. I've sort of fucked up the presentation because I don't know what image is coming next. So I'm just going to explain some shit, rattle some shit real quick before I go to the next two sets of images. But basically, Usubeni finds out that the flower is actually not a good thing. It's actually a bad thing, and it's a demonic entity that wants to destroy everything that exists, essentially. So naturally she does what anyone would do when you have a demonic entity inside you. She tries to finish the good and goddamn job, but the flower's like, I ain't playing with that shit no more, and it makes 5 different clones of herself, and also grows out of her eye. So that's the explanation for the flower. The flower grows out of her eye.
Dude, that is so deep because, like, usually a flower is beautiful and it's good, but this is like a bad flower.
It's
Oh my god, I hate you, Michael.
The flower
isn't deep, man.
It's very deep. This is philosophy. This is intellectualism. This is nihilism. This is egoism.
Yeah, eat your heart out.
Oh, it's like my favorite show, Rick and Morty.
Oh, society, man. This game is about society.
A high IQ to enjoy Drakengard.
Oh god. Okay.
Basically, the flower grows out of Usubeni's head and creates 5 clones of herself and creates Organization 13. There we go.
It actually is.
The reference makes sense now.
Dear God.
So Usubeni now taking on the name Zero. So she's now Zero. Whenever I reference this character, her name is Zero. Remember that because I'm not going to explain it again. So Zero goes to find she can't kill an intoner by herself, but what can kill an intoner, that's what they're called, by the way. They're called intoners. An intoner is essentially like a godlike being because of the flower's essence inside of them. And the only thing that can kill an intoner is a dragon. So she contacts one bad motherfucking dragon whose name is Michael. His name is just Michael.
The best name.
So she contacts Mikey Boy, and Mikey Boy is one bad motherfucker. So Zero and Michael go to kill the intoners, but they eventually fail, which leads to Zero getting her arm whacked the fuck off and Michael dying. Well, Michael doesn't die for real.
Game sucks. Oh, okay, never mind.
Michael doesn't die for real. He gets reincarnated as Mikhail. A younger dragon who is.
This game double sucks. Is what people in elementary school called me.
The game got so. This series got so personal.
I'm logging out of this podcast. I'll see you guys later.
So now that I've established everything about Zero, Mikhail, and the intoners, I'm ready for it? Part 2, Drakengard 3.
What the fuck? Hold on.
Wait! You forgot to describe that. Mikhail is like a dumb baby idiot.
I'm gonna get to. I was gonna get to that. But basically,
oh my god!
The point in all this is that yes, nothing that I have said so far is in any of the games. We now get to the first chronological game in the series.
Wait, what? Hold the fuck up! Seriously?
All that shit with Usubeni and the intoners, that's backstory.
Yeah, that's not in the game. Like the game starts up with
Zero and Mikhail peeing himself because he's a piss baby shithead idiot dragon. He's a double. The game's opening is Zero scolding Mikhail for playing in some mud, and then Mikhail pees himself because Zero is such a bad bitch and just intimidates people with she's a bad bitch, and she makes dragons pee their pants in fear. This is how the game ends. Michael is already dead and fucking buried. So
sorry, Michael.
I'm sorry.
You're
Michael.
dead now. Apparently,
you're dead.
It's okay. You're not okay. This podcast now stars Morgan and Mikhail from the Soibois.
Mikhail.
Oh no!
I'm not doing art for Morgan anymore. I'm just gonna go do my own YouTube channel. That's okay.
You're witnessing a friendship end live.
Friendship
ends one of those
Michael.
streams.
Mikhail is now my best friend.
I'm gonna go shoot myself in the head, and then I'll come back later as Mikhail.
You're gonna
get scolded by a girl with a flower in her eye.
Don't worry, we're gonna get to shooting ourselves. We'll get to that.
I didn't even get to booty robot. This is ridiculous.
You're a fucking dragon. Would it even fit?
I don't know how this works. It's more about like an emotional. It's more an emotional thing for me.
It's provocative. It gets the people going. Anyway, okay.
Donda came out, didn't it? Sorry to sidetrack.
Donda?
Did Donda come out? Morgan?
No. Don't do this to me.
No, I have no idea. All I know is
Donda D's nuts. Donda your mom. What the fuck is Donda?
It gets the people going.
It's the
Kanye. Fucking got him or something? What the hell?
No, Donda's the new Kanye album.
It's the Kanye album.
It's supposed to have come out between like it was supposed to have come out between like 2018 and like never. And Kanye's been saying it's coming out this month, and we're all just like shaking our desks like one of these days, Kanye. One of these days.
Ain't gonna happen.
Hey, let's tie this back to Drakengard. Gabe, which character do you think would be a Kanye West fit?
Here we go. So we need to talk about is the intoners themselves. So this section is going to be all about the intoners. I'm basically going to skip through all of the story of Drakengard 3 because I'm going to be fully honest with you. I don't know what the fuck happens in all of Drakengard 3 except for the very ending. I know
everyone's horny. That's the story.
Everyone is horny, and so the intoners are basically the flower spawns 5 various waifus of different tastes and varieties. So we got 1. They're named numbers, by the way. So this is 1. One is typical trad wife material. We got 2, tomboy, classic maneuver. We got goth wife 3. We got athletic girl 4, and we got bad bitch cosplayer 5.
Holy shit.
So these are the intoners. However, there's one more intoner who I have to talk about who is very, very important to the canon in a way that is never explained except for a manga. So.
Wait a second. Does the purple one just have like barber shears as a weapon?
She just has barber shears as a weapon because she's a queen.
Why does she have a pauldron? She's not fighting anybody.
She's not fighting it. The only thing she's fighting is society.
Fighting haircuts and raggedy sheep, and
I mean, she doesn't even have the weirdest weapon of all. One that just has a big fucking circle.
What to say? What is?
I grew up on Soul Calibur. I can at least get that it's a fantasy weapon. You're not really selling me on like shears that. Like they kill someone in the real world, but they're not really killing someone.
Like 3 has like an elbow shield. She's like somewhat protected at least. That's kind of
we'll get to Soul Calibur. We'll get to Soul Calibur.
What are things? Oh,
they're crossover.
We'll get to Soul Calibur.
Yes, Michael, you're gonna love it.
For now,
so we are going through all the timelines, and then this will also be like a Zelda podcast and a Spawn podcast and a Star Wars podcast.
God, I don't know.
Much. But for now, we need to talk about one intoner. One.
Wow, that's awful.
Because one it decides that maybe Zero and Mikhail, maybe they do pose kind of a threat, even though we kicked their asses last time they came at us. So one, after a heated session of Doom Eternal, gains so much raw testosterone that she generates a brother via mitosis.
What?
Who's also named One.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
She generates a clone brother of herself who is a guy named who also takes on the name One. One is the only character who bridges the gap between Drakengard 3 and Drakengard 1. He is literally the only thing. And that is because at the end of one of the endings, he looks like all like this, and then in a manga that I guess is just called Drakengard. It has a Japanese name that I don't fucking know. I can't speak Japanese, but it has a name, and it's sort of about the brother one doing some shit that I'll fucking explain later. When I get to Drakengard 1, I'll fucking explain that shit later. For now, we need to talk about the only other ending of Drakengard 3 that matters on a timeline standpoint, which is ending E.
Oh, yeah!
The pain, disaster, nightmare ending.
Oh, I've heard about this. Yeah, you told me about this.
Are we going to get a 30-minute rant about the boss fight at the end?
You're going to get a little bit of a boss fight, just a little one, just a quick little one. I'm not going to go too in depth on it, but essentially, Zero and Mikhail, they go, if you do the game in the correct way and you do everything right, you get all the weapons, which is a staple of Yoko Taro's game design. That in order to get like the super duper gushy good ending, you have to collect every single weapon in the game.
God.
This will become a staple of this franchise. So essentially, Zero and Mikhail, after defeating all of the intoners, Zero then has to die, and because she is also an intoner. However, I don't know how this happens. I just know that from the video that I saw, the ending is now black and white, and they enter what appears to be a futuristic, destroyed apocalyptic city, where Mikhail alone has to fight the flower and all of the intoners, and the flower fights through song. The flower's magic is activated by basically singing a song that can kill you if you hear it. So Mikhail has to use magic to not die by the song as you go through the hardest rhythm game sequence in any video game ever made. Because not simply because it is too complicated, but because it looks like this. All the notes are white. Do you see a problem with that? with that based on what we're looking at right now?
Wait, hold on. They're all in what?
All the notes are white. Every note is pure white. And it's against this image that we see in the center right here, Hatsune Miku aside.
That's just a thing for Alex.
And
I feel like you could cheat this by just changing the contrast levels on your monitor.
You could do that. You can't cheat what comes next, though.
Oh yeah,
because it gets worse. Because eventually, once you reach the later stages of the rhythm game, the camera goes fucking berserk and makes it so that it's either extremely zoomed in on the intoners or Mikhail, making it impossible to determine exactly where the notes are, and you sort of have to intuit it yourself. This gets even worse at the tail end of the boss fight, when the game goes fucking black. The game goes fucking black, and notes are still shooting out at you, and you just have to know. You just have to know when the notes are going to hit Mikhail, and you have to hit the button. Because there's no way to know otherwise, because you can't see anything, because the game is black. The very last note comes out at the very end of the song, and right after the very end of the song, but before the last note hits, dialogue starts. The rhythm game is still happening after dialogue starts.
Oh my god. What?
Because
Yoko fucking hates us. That's
why.
Yoko Taro has decided that in order to get this ending, you must be a fucking asshole, and he's gonna treat you like it. He's gonna beat you to fucking death for making him make this silly ending to this video game.
That sounds like a fucking Saw punishment, not a video game.
It is a Saw punishment. Speaking of Saw punishments, Drakengard 1.
Yeah.
So I like everything on this page.
I love that every image makes it so much sense to me as someone who's played the game.
I hope so, because I don't know what the fuck Boss Baby is doing there.
We'll get to that.
That's the most confusing part to me. What the hell?
Believe me, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
No, it's perfect.
Okay.
So Drakengard 1. Let us, ladies and gentlemen, get through the plot of Drakengard 1. So basically, in Drakengard 1, you play as a guy named Kaim, and you are fighting against a group named the Empire. The Empire are a group of they're bad guys. They're bad boys. They're a bunch of bad boys, and they're ruled by a group called the Cult of the Watchers. The Cult of the Watchers want to resurrect, as mentioned before, the Watchers, a group of godlike entities who want to blow the fuck out of everything. And basically, Kaim is a part of the group of people who say, hey man, that sucks. Let's not do that. So Kaim finds a dragon and named Angelus. So Kaim and Angelus are now the new dragon and boy duo. They're the new dragon and boy duo. So after Kaim and Angelus go across Midgard, violating the Geneva Convention over 1,000 times, as they continuously fail against the Empire to protect the seals. The seals are the things that keep the Watchers at bay. They're magical people who keep the Watchers outside of our realm by their own existence. But the Cult of the Watchers they're fucking killing them all. Why? I don't know. The Cult of the Watchers are fucking stupid. They're a bunch of weird boys who want to destroy everything. However, their motivation makes more sense when you consider that they were founded by fucking this guy. They were founded by this guy during the events of the manga following the events of Drakengard 3.
Yeah,
Brother 1...
Is that lady a guy?
That's Brother 1. This is...
Yes.
Oh, okay.
How the fuck?
I was making a rice dish when you were going over the twin thing, and I thought, well, I'll understand who the other one is. They won't be exactly the same.
they look exactly
gender
the same.
fluid looking blonde kids. Exactly the same.
So Brother 1 goes on to form the Cult of the Watchers, presumably because he is not exactly an intoner and doesn't have super magical powers, but he does want to destroy everything because the flower, in some essence, resides inside of him. So this would explain why he forms the Cult of the Watchers. Why the Cult of the Watchers and the Empire go along with him? Who knows, man? Why do American citizens go along with anything that the American government goes with? There's some topical commentary to go with you, unexpected in this episode of the InkGuild Podcast. I don't remember what the next image I put into this presentation is, so I'm just going to hit the spacebar button and hope that I understand what I was thinking. But I believe that it's an explanation for the boss baby thing because... Oh, wait, no, hang on. No, it's not. It's this. So after the last seal is killed by the Cult of the Watchers at the end of Drakengard 1, they fucking rise up and they look like... They look like this.
Bullshit.
They look like this.
There's your boss baby.
There's the boss. There's the boss baby. They're all doing the baby face.
Could you zoom out in this frame and then show them all putting their fingers to their ice cold veins and just this like immense crowd?
I wish that I could.
Yo, that's giving me a shitpost idea actually.
So the Sheesh Watchers show up, and Kaim and Angelus realize in ending ending E of Drakengard 1. I'm not going to talk about the other endings because those ones are not. They don't matter for this timeline. That the only way to defeat the Watchers is to enter through the big Watchers' giant, horrific, swollen baby belly. And enter through a portal, where they find not the actual God Realm themselves, but 2003 Tokyo, where the Queen Beast, who is actually Zero, who has functionally been trapped in this dimension after dying, quote unquote, and becoming the Queen Beast for the flower. Kaim and Angelus What happened? What did I do? Oh, here we go. I fixed it. It's all good. Kaim and Angelus have to fight Zero, aka the Queen Beast, because Zero has now completely lost her mind. She no longer exists in the form that we understand her. It is now just the Queen Beast. And they have to fight in, yet again, another insane Dance Dance Revolution sequence.
Good image. I will say this minigame is not as BS as 3.
This is not
still annoying. It's still annoying.
It's very annoying, especially by the fact that in Drakengard 3, you at least had pleasant music to listen to. This is a fucking nightmare where you have these horrific, eldritch, otherworldly bells screaming at you, and you just have to memorize the pattern. Maybe a more canon explanation for this is that Zero, after spending so much time in the Queen Beast as the Queen Beast, the song has not become so otherworldly that it is no longer tangible to human ears and is just destructive and malevolent and evil. I don't know how this didn't.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know. I don't know how this didn't like become popular in the West. This literally has something for everybody.
It's too Japanese. It was too Japanese at the time.
This was too Japanese at the time. This was before Evangelion got popular in the States, and people started to realize that insane Japanese nonsense was fucking brilliant. Speaking of Evangelion, fun fact: this ending was never meant to be anything. This ending was supposed to be a joke. When it was written into the game, it was written as a gag ending, as a reference to End of Evangelion, as just like, what if we just made some nonsense? What if we just made some kooky nonsense? But then when this game did reach the States and got its cult status, and like not reach the States, when this game got its cult status, this ending sort of like shit took off from there. And that's when NieR happened. But we'll get to NieR. essentially, so after Kaim and Angelus fight against the Queen Beast and eventually do defeat the Queen Beast and put Zero out of her misery, the protagonists of Ace Combat show up and fucking kill Kaim and Angelus with missiles. They blow both of them up and bring an end to Drakengard. But it's not fucking over yet. Because we got ourselves a time skip, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a fucking time skip, the 1,000-year time skip.
I just wanted to say before we do the time skip, I think that's really deep. How the dragons were like the jet planes of the sky back then, and then the jet planes the dragons and become the dragons of the modern age. I like that. That
is very deep.
Also, if I want to, I just want to throw in a Morgan fun fact for Drakengard 1, because let's be honest, no one's gonna play it. But there's a character. There's some messed up themes in Drakengard 1. So a little trigger warning. One of the characters is known to be a pedo, or at least Yoko Taro said, yeah, they're a pedo because their family died while he was jerking it off to little boys. And then during the
Evangelion of the story, Morgan.
No, that's all I'm giving you.
No, we know.
Can I get the character's name to read?
Yeah, at least just the name.
I think his name is Leonandro or something like that.
Leonandros.
All right,
yeah,
Twitter, you know what to do. Cancel them right now.
Get to them right now. But also, during the end of Evangelion section, there's a character in your party who is known for eating babies. And you know what the giant swarm of babies do? They eat her. It is my favorite form of irony in that game.
Oh my god. The Boss Baby 2, Family Business, in theaters now.
Morgan.
That's not a promotion. Don't sue us, DreamWorks.
Why would they sue us? We're promoting the movie.
I'm getting results for Leonard in Drakengard.
Leonard, sorry.
It's Leonard.
Yeah, I know it starts with like an L. His gimmick is he's blind, because that's another thing with the Drakengard 1 is when you're forming like a bond or a contract with the monsters, you have to like give up a certain part of your body. So one person literally gave up his hair, and then
see, like that's much better than your sight.
Yeah,
and then
that's a lot more reasonable.
Kaim loses his voice, just so we're
main character loses his voice.
Yeah. Angelus is functionally the speaking protagonist of that game. Kaim is just who you play as. But Kaim does have relevance. We'll get
Baby Eater. The reason why she eats baby is because she lost her womb. And so she's like, to give birth to a baby, I must eat a baby.
Oh, if we're allowed to just give up like abstract concepts, I'd probably go for something not my sight, like my Australian passport, or like my concept of the fifth dimension.
Yes.
Like, why give up your sight? Stupid.
Well, no, it's just
you don't want to have eyes anymore. Yeah, sometimes eyes they stand in the way. They stand in the way of progress and who you can be. But who? Oh, wait, hang on. We'll get to eyes. We'll get to someone's eyes.
My personal fan theory is Leonard or whatever. You know, he's just guilty by the fact that he's a giant pedo.
Guilty.
You don't have to see his crime. Oh my fucking God.
It makes even less sense because he's self-indulgent. So why give up your eyes if you can't see?
I think it's literally random. I think
self-indulgent boy.
I think they literally just pull straws. It's like, eyesight. Yeah, you can lose that.
Who knows? Who knows how they?
You also get a sick tattoo and the spot where you lose your part.
I saw those. I think that would look really good around my bad god forehead.
You lose your eyebrows.
Yeah, and then I just get them tattooed back on. Take that.
Give up your eyebrows.
Take that, dragons.
To get a dragon. Okay. So the 1,000-year time skip. So basically, this is what I'm going to cover is everything that happens between Drakengard 1 and NieR 1. Which is a lot.
A lot.
Basically, and I don't understand all of it.
Like a Gabe escape image is killing me.
So essentially, so there is something called white chlorination syndrome. What is white chlorination syndrome? Essentially, as the Queen Beast dies in Tokyo, the Queen Beast falls apart into several little tiny microfragments. So these tiny microfragments interact with people, and people catch this disease from the fragments of the Queen Beast's corpse, which is called white chlorination syndrome. So what does white chlorination syndrome do? It kills you. It kills you. This is what it does.
It kills you, Jerry. It kills you.
It kills you,
Get
Jerry.
out of the walls
It
here.
kills you. What really happens is that
I gotta get my gas mask back from Newman.
Is that if you are interact with with the Queen Beast's corpse body, I know that there is a chemical in this universe called meso. I don't know if this is it. Meso exists. I know that much. That's the extent of my knowledge on meso. Maybe someone who knows more about me will correct me on what the fuck meso is, but it's not going to be me. I don't know what the fuck meso is. So essentially, I'm just going to call it the Queen Bean's bits. So if you interact with the Queen Bean's bits, you get, you basically, after a certain point in time, you enter like a sort of transcendental state where you're faced with two choices. You can either, number one, die and become a little porcelain man, or become a servant of basically of the gods, the Watchers. Sort of. I don't know. But these, if you turn into a servant of the gods, you become a shade. And if you don't, then you become a little porcelain boy and you fall apart and you fucking die. So essentially, the Japanese government spends the next fucking 50 years trying to stop white chlorination from killing everybody, but because of rampant anti-masking movements, this fucking fails. And for the next little while, shit is really fucking bad until white chlorination syndrome really takes off and just starts killing the fuck out of everybody. Until a group named Legion comes up, and Legion is like, we're gonna stop white chlorination syndrome from fucking killing everybody. Now, the leader of Legion has never been identified, but a popular fan theory based on shit that is in some book somewhere states that it is actually, in fact, Kaim. He's not dead. He didn't die when Ace Combat killed him. He's perfectly fine.
I was just going to say, it seemed like this was some sort of allegory for QAnon. And then Kai, because JFK Jr. died in a plane accident, like his plane got blown up. It would make sense that Kai and then JFK Jr. would be parallels in this narrative. This is deep. I like this.
This is very deep. This is
a new fan theory. Oh,
I like this. This is deep.
Yeah.
This is new fan theory. So I don't know if Legion comes up with this or if some other group comes up with this, but essentially the big solution, the big fixing thing to the problem of the white chlorination syndrome is something called Project Gestalt. What is Project Gestalt? I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, really.
Couldn't fucking tell you if I tried. Essentially, though, from what I understand about Project Gestalt, it is I don't know what all images I put in this frame. I'm going to be totally honest. So I'm just gonna click and hope that I understand the context of. Yes, here we go. Okay, so
here
Project Gestalt is.
You built this presentation like yesterday, didn't you?
I did. Okay. So
alcohol is a dangerous thing.
So
I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to that.
The big solution that Project Gestalt provides is to essentially, basically what is discovered is that white chlorination syndrome attacks a person at their core, not their heart or their nervous system, but at their soul. So the solution is to separate man, the flesh of man, from the soul of man. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't actually know which one is technically which. I know that the replicants are basically robot copies of people, and like the gestalts are more like weird versions of real people. They're sort of real, but they're also like fleshy little monsters, and also possibly shades, and also demons. It's not totally clear.
They're kind of like Evangelions, but tiny.
It is kind of like Evangelion. All is known to me. There's more known if you know more about the franchise, but all that is known to me is that at some point into Project Gestalt, after things seemed like they were working out and the project was working, the replicants were not happy with the function of their lives. The sort of carnal forms of the gestalts got to live relatively happy lives, while the replicants were basically forced to live on the outskirts of the real world and sort of maintain the real world for them. They were naturally not happy with this, and shit went fucking sideways because the replicants went fucking crazy. That's basically the gist of all of this. In all of this, however, there's one incident in the year 2065 in which two children are discovered by the Japanese authorities. the fact that they can't, neither of them speak Japanese, so they are brought to a local. These are the two children. They are brought to a local orphanage because of the fact that they can't speak Japanese and they need special attention from the government. We'll get to them. we'll get to it.
Nice.
But for now, we need to talk about the immediate follow-up to the replicants going fucking crazy and Project Gestalt failing and the world going to shit, which is NieR. NieR 1. We're only going to be talking about NieR 1. We're not going to be talking about the NieR Replicant remake yet.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So right now we're just.
Oh my god.
In the bottom.
Oh
What?
my god.
Which Duke Nukem shitpost is that?
Yeah, what is that?
I
What
don't
does
know.
it say?
I don't remember what it's.
Damn, I could really go for Gabe doing a whole Clone High lore breakdown. That would be.
I've unfortunately not watched Clone High. I've been meaning to watch it. I've heard it's fucking fantastic.
I want to see you and Leo thing. I want to see you and Leo prep something for the episode we're going to be doing next week.
Oh my god, that would be fantastic for Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, I have to censor it now because no one knows what that is.
Oh shit! Right.
Tell him
Yeah,
Clone
what-
High.
What is this Star Trek you're talking about?
Yeah. Just War Stars.
Hang on, I think I had a bit too much to drink. Hang on, just a second.
Yeah, easy, dude.
Holy shit.
Anyway, part 5, NieR. I just realized now that I haven't been announcing the parts, so I'm going to start doing it now. Part 5, NieR. Dean, future Dean, whenever you're doing the editing for this, I'm really sorry that I haven't been announcing the parts. This might make time pointing, making time frames. What is that word? Time
stamping.
Time stamping. This might make time stamping a little hard, and I'm really sorry that I'm doing this to you, son. I don't mean to make your life more difficult. I understand.
But you killed him. How can you feel sorry when you killed him?
I'm really not sorry.
I think this would give the whole podcast a very like professional air if like we were talking and then it faded out and then it's just like a black screen and Dean goes part 4. Or I could say
but he has to do it in a Plinkett voice. You're like,
I'll just put fucking Kevin McLeod at the bottom.
You'll have to do it like one of those horror YouTubers with like a vague Scandinavian accent. It's like number 14, Burger King foot lettuce.
I was gonna say, what's better? We do a Plinkett voice or we do a Chills voice?
Yo,
Chills
number
Scandinavian.
6, man urinates on passenger for not letting him smoke on airplane.
Gabe, do you think that Chills is Scandinavian?
I don't know. What is
Chills lives like 10 blocks away from me.
Yeah, well, he doesn't live there anymore. I'm pretty sure he moved.
Oh, he moved like out of town or out of country?
Out of the city, at least.
Wait a second. Whoa, hang on. This is more important lore than NieR. You're telling me the Burger King foot lettuce guy is from Calgary?
Yeah. Yes.
What?
He is Calgary's biggest YouTuber.
Are you serious?
Actually,
Yes.
let me check the numbers because I think
shit.
Well, there's probably someone else that's bigger, but like
this is more shocking information to me than when I found out that skateboarding kid dabbing was also from Calgary.
Is what do you call it? If you look at his he had like a music video because he was doing a rap single.
Yeah,
like you could see the big like head in downtown.
There's
in the background.
There's like 2 or 3 spots that rap videos are filmed in Calgary. And it's
God.
like there's this one Ford dealership, there's that spiral parking lot, and then there's one other building near there, and he does like 2 of those 3 things in the video.
Oh my god.
I can't believe Burger King foot lettuce is from. This is like the most shocking information I've come. I need to have another drink to cope with this.
You need to drink cope about living in the same area as Chills.
I need to huff some copium.
Holy shit.
No matter what I do, I will never reach the heights of Chills.
I was like
number 15, NieR. I would love Kaine from NieR to step on my balls.
We're gonna get to Kaine stepping on me. We'll get to that. Trust me. We'll get to that. In fact, one could say we'll get to it right now because we are in part 5 NieR. As of me hit this button right now, I go into NieR route A to C. So for this, we have to understand what the fuck happens in NieR. So what the fuck happens in NieR? In NieR, you play as NieR. You play as NieR, who is. I know that I said we wouldn't be covering the NieR Replicant remake, but I'm mostly going to be using images from it because it's a prettier game. It makes my pee-pee tingle more. So we're going to be using images from that game, not from the original. No disrespect to the original. I think the original, I think the original has an aesthetic, and I think it works for it. But I think it's like an objectively prettier game. If that.
Well, you don't like Papa NieR?
It's not that I don't like Papa NieR. It's that
Michael's
I think
got his hand up.
Michael, what's up?
Gabe's rolling. I didn't want to interrupt him. I will also agree, though. I played like an hour or two of the original NieR, and I think it looks like original garbage at this point. I don't think the style it doesn't age well. It's got that like 2006, 2009 like Call of Duty grayness to it.
Yeah, I was late 2000s.
Because I was gonna say it is the first game in the PS3 generation before Drakengard 3, so it didn't age the technology yet.
I can see from this one shot that they like made those two panels in the background and the main character different types of brown. Like that's a gray in the background, then there's an orange brown, and then he's almost like a greenish blue, so they're all separated. Okay, I was gonna ask, this game clearly sets out what a NieR is. What's a Drakengard?
A Drakengard? Basically, Drakengard, I don't know what it means. The game's original title is Dragoon.
Yeah, it's Dragoon.
Which I think
so it just means Dragon.
Yes, pretty much.
Rock the dragon.
Drakengard was just the English localization team, because that's the thing I do want to complain about with Drakengard at least. 1 and 3 have some awful localizations.
I've heard that the localization for those games is not.
I will say, if you get 3, if the PlayStation Store is still up, download that 10 gig Japanese pack. Japanese audio.
I would do exactly that. Although I do like Zero's English voice, mainly because I do like the voice actors that Yoko Taro hires for the English dubs of his very angry women when he has them in his games. They all activate something in me that makes me just want them to kill me in real life.
I don't know if
anyway.
I don't know if it's just
Gabe, I don't think you want to be exposing your kinks to the internet.
We'll get to that.
Gabe is
No. We'll get to that.
Before we close off on that too, I was like, Gabe, I'm pretty sure we're all apparent with how your women is just a 10-foot, it's just a 10-foot dom who's just gonna step on your throat.
You know those Amazonians from the Futurama, that one Futurama episode, the snoo ladies. That's what Gabe wants.
No. You know that one woman we talked about for the first half of 2021.
Here's the thing. No. Actually, I was gonna get to that. I was gonna get to her. I was gonna say. People all think the big woman is that's what I want. The big woman. I think the big woman is great. What I'm a fan of is the vampire ladies who show up and stab you in the foot with a fucking scythe and then drag you off while sipping over the fact that you have blood and they're gonna bleed you to death. That's my jam right there.
It just wants a female version of Jeffrey Dahmer to show up at his doorstep.
Dude, Jeffrey Dahmer is a snack. What you talking about?
Oh my god!
Jeffrey Dahmer was a straight up snack. Have you seen the movie My Friend Dahmer? Straight up hot boy right there.
In the comic My Friend Dahmer, in the movie, in the real world, there's a reason he got a bunch of really shy Filipino guys to come back with him to his apartment, even though he's fucking creepy. It's because
he's a hot boy.
Something. He's a something.
Oh god,
he's really tall too. Gabe would love him.
If you're
Jeffrey Dahmer.
If you're in 1960s America, a man practicing basic hygiene, that's you're gonna fuck him.
So this is what happens when I'm not hosting. Okay.
Anyway, NieR.
We talk objectively about attractive people.
NieR, back to NieR. So NieR has a sister, and his sister is named Yona, and basically NieR's sister Yona is sick with something called the Black Scroll, which is definitely not white chlorination syndrome. It is something else. It's also not. Doesn't matter. What is it? I don't fucking know. there's a whole bunch of nonsense with the Black Scroll and the White Chlorination Syndrome and Yona and Project Gestalt that I don't totally understand because I didn't finish NieR Replicant. I was talking earlier about how there was one game in the series that I didn't finish. This is the one. I've only played a little bit of NieR Replicant.
I finished the original NieR, but I have not finished Replicant, so my memory is super fucking hazy.
So essentially, Yona has the Black Scroll, which is similar to White Chlorination Syndrome, but it's also not. It starts with the opposite color spectrum word for one thing. But basically, yeah, NieR has to save his sister Yona from White Chlorination Syndrome. So he enlists the help of a magical book.
Oh my god, what a perfect image.
They Grimoire Vice. It's a magical book that can control that gives NieR access to super duper magic and also handsomely voiced British accent man. If you play in the dub, which I did because I love the dub for Grimoire.
The dub's so good for this game. Like NieR's dubs are fantastic. Also, I was just gonna say the voice actor for Grimoire Weiss is specifically I think it's Sam. I don't know his last name, but he's the voice of Akihiko from the Persona series.
I just got. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I just got back from getting a bowl of coconut rice. I really like how Hank is the book now. That's great.
Yeah, Grimoire Weiss is Hank.
I like that. Especially when he's got like the ornamental inlay all around, so he's just surrounded by minerals. That's great. and speaking of stuff with this game, there's something that I heard you say that's pretty deep, where there's the thing where it's white chlorination, and then it's the black scroll, which like that was the first thing that made me turn off the first NieR, because I'm like, what the fuck do you mean that this like disease spreads through text on your body? This is so dumb, which like is so hypocritical because I've been just gushing about NieR Automata for the last like 3 years. But I like that because what is a book but black and white and red all over?
What is a book but black and white and red all over? Persevering.
This whole podcast was worth it for that one Morgan pog face.
Oh.
You should make that the thumbnail. Put Giga Chad Gabe and then my reaction face.
We'll have a YouTuber clickbait thumbnail finally.
I'll gladly edit Morgan doing that face with a flower in his eye, and then you as the Giga Chad. I'd gladly do that.
All right. The other companion. I'll get to the third companion later. I have a whole slide dedicated to that third companion.
Oh yeah.
But so the second companion that NieR recruits is Kaine. Kaine is the best fucking girl. Kaine beats the shit out of NieR on a regular basis. In the best cutscenes that I've ever seen in a fucking video game.
She is a bad bitch, mommy dummy.
She literally is. Yeah, moving on. So NieR, bad bitch Kaine, and Grimoire Vice, they go out on an adventure to stop. I forgot this line. I forgot I put this there. Kaine has amazing dialogue as well as being a bad bitch. She has incredible fucking dialogue. For those of you who can't read it, it says, "Now pull your head out of your goddamn ass and start fucking helping us."
Oh, she's also voiced by Lucina in Fire Emblem.
She is voiced by Lucina, and it's Laura Bailey is fucking amazing in this game.
Oh, that's Laura Bailey?
Yes, it's Laura Bailey.
I love Laura Bailey.
I know, right? She's amazing in this game.
This this and Saints Row the Third are probably our most vulgar roles.
Oh, it's fantastic. This game is worth buying. Even if you know nothing about this franchise, this game is worth buying just for Laura Bailey's incredible voice performance as Kaine, which she's done twice now because she redid it for the Replicant remake.
Oh, that's great. I love
what a bad bitch.
The bad bitch. So anyway, the bad bitch, the bad book, and the bad boy go on a journey, and one other boy who I'll get to later. He's very important, but I have a whole slide dedicated to him. They go on a journey to stop this guy. This guy's name is the Shadow Lord. This guy has Yoda, but the reasons for it are not totally clear because, as we find out in the big epic finale, when NieR faces off against the Shadow Lords, they're the same fucking person. NieR and the Shadow Lord are the same boy, but NieR is the NieR that we have been playing as is the replicant version. He's the insane, crazy robot that went fucking berserk And the Shadow Lord is the Gestalt form. He's the quote-unquote real NieR who has been corrupted by magic demon juice. And what Yona's deal is, I'm going to be honest, I don't fucking know. I don't know for sure what the deal is, but they face off. NieR is victorious. Yona doesn't totally... Yona, as far as Yona is concerned, Yona's like a whole other basket case situation that I don't even want to start unpacking that briefcase because I don't totally get it. I don't totally understand what's going on there. But yeah, and if you play through the game twice, you get various different endings. If you play through it 3 times, you get an ending that expands on it. It's sort of like an extended cut of the ending, in which Kaine, who has been infected with the Black Scroll the entire game and has been the whole thing, finally turns into a shade, and you have to fucking kill her in the most horrifying, depressing ending in any video game. You have to fucking kill the bad bitch that you've been fighting alongside for the whole game. Why do you have to kill her? You would think that the Black Scroll could be held off with magic, but you don't have any magic at this point. But you did have magic at one point when you had fucking Best Boy. This is the part that's all about Emil. We're talking all about Emil right now.
Damn, that's a Photoshop.
Is that fucking okay?
This makes a lot of sense. No, trust me, it makes sense.
Unless is that from the new season of Watchmen?
So, remember way back when I was talking about the Gestalt project, and there was 2 twins who were found in Japan in the year 2065. Remember all that? I was talking about all that bullshit early on.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. It doesn't matter if you do explain it again. In 2065, 2 children were found in Japan. They couldn't speak Japanese. They were brought to a local orphanage for special cases. These twins were named Emil and Halua. These are Emil and Halua. So Emil and Halua are brought to this special.
That's just the same kid, Gabe. Come on.
They're twins. That's how that works.
They're twins.
Virtually everyone you've shown me at this point is just the same kid.
So especially they're literal twins, Michael.
This world is occupied by just one child.
It is.
Different hats.
In a sense, yes.
No.
So basically, Emil and Halua are brought to the special orphanage, but it's not a special orphanage. They're a group of government agents who are studying magic, following the whole Kaim Angelus dragon giant queen beast god monster appearing over Tokyo. They're studying magic. They're studying magical weapons, and basically, I don't totally know what totally happens, but all I know is that Halua gets turned into this fucking thing. That's Emil standing right there. His eyes are no longer present, and Halua gets turned into this fucking horrific giant monster that you have to face off against. Because Halua is basically now a tortured 1,000-year-old child soul trapped in the body of a demon magic god monster. Emil is also alive here. Following the fight against Halua, Emil, in a really depressing story arc twist, fuses with Halua and becomes Skeleton Magic Boy. Skeleton Magic Boy is the best boy. Is this the Emil
that's helmet?
No. This is the Emil that's in all the other games, right?
Yes, this is
the one in Automata.
So he just spent the rest of eternity walking through the land, and then each time you play a new NieR game, you are seeing this same person.
Yes, basically. Yeah, Emil being a super magical god, and he's basically a magical god of Halua's body, and also an immortal child boy with Emil's body, and they're fused into one being in the skeleton. It is basically a skeleton robot fused on top of a magic orb head of a skull of a creepy skull face.
Keep saying words. Keep saying words on top of that. Keep adding to this.
I have been saying so many words. You will not believe how many words I've said.
He's a dog, cat, chicken, monkey, astronaut, psychiatrist.
Dog, cat, chicken, monkey.
He's in a rebuilt
also
Roman
LGBT
Colosseum,
representative.
in the middle of the ocean.
Purple
he is
monkey dishwasher.
He is an LGBT representative. He is gay. As far as I know.
One line. Okay, there's one line before he fuses. There's one line where he's like, "Hey, I'd like to be your wife, NieR."
Yeah.
Right.
And who wouldn't? Truly, to a tall, handsome boy like that, to a tall, What's that word for like a handsome? What's that Japanese word for like a handsome man?
Oh,
Gabe.
A shonen. By shonen. I don't know.
By shonen. That's right. That's what NieR is. By shonen.
And it's funny because they couldn't have that in Papa NieR version. They couldn't have that in Replicant.
They couldn't have
or in Gestalt. So they got rid of that line because they didn't want to make NieR a pedo.
No, they didn't. No, that would be a faux pas. So anyway, oh wait, I hit the wrong button. Hang on. Okay, so Emil joins the party. He's a part of the party for most of the game, except when you meet it with Devil and Popola. Devil and Popola are sort of the overseers of Project Gestalt, but they're fucking crazy now, and they've kind of lost their minds. So you have to fight them, and in the fight, after I don't know which of the Devil and Popolas dies first. One of them dies, the other goes fucking crazy and is gonna kill the entire party. But Emil, I skipped a few. These are frames of Emil being in the party. I forgot to skip these. Emil makes a big sacrifice play and sacrifices himself to prevent either Devila or Pablo, I don't remember which one it is, from killing the main party. What?
I think it's Devila.
It's Devila. Okay, so he makes a big sacrifice and sacrifices himself to stop Devila. This sacrifice ends up backfiring in the ending, as we discussed, however, that because now without a magic user in the party, there's nothing to stop Kaine from becoming full shade form and forcing NieR to kill her. Which brings us to with this frame that I also forgot that I put in here of Kaine becoming shade form. This brings us to ending D. The canon one, sort of. I don't know. So essentially, NieR, after drinking massive simp juice for Kaine, decides that he doesn't actually want to kill Kaine, and he wants to save Kaine. He wants to save Kaine from being a shade. But there's only one way to save Kaine from being a shade and to bring her back, which is to sacrifice his own life. Now, you might think, oh, so he dies. Not exactly. It's not that he dies necessarily. He has to sacrifice his existence. He has to sacrifice the entirety of his being, making everyone forget that he ever existed and making it functionally that, like, as far as everyone is concerned, he never existed. NieR was never real. His sister forgets him. Kaine forgets him. Emil presumably forgets him. That's not exactly super duper covered. But yeah, basically everyone would forget about NieR. And the way that Yoko Taro does this, because he's a lunatic, is that the game deletes your entire fucking save file as soon as you activate this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, basically, leaves Yoda and Kaine alone, having completely forgotten about NieR's existence because your save file is fucking gone. All of your progress has been completely deleted because Yoko Taro is a lunatic. So now, however, an important detail about this is that the Shadow Lord and Replicant NieR were important genetic material to Project Gestalt. And because of this whole magic, demonic, deal-making goodness, the Shadow Lord is also destroyed, meaning the key genetic component to maintaining Project Gestalt is destroyed. Project Gestalt is basically a functional failure at this point, and everything is doomed. Humanity is functionally extinct, except for whatever remaining Gestalt information there is, and of course the remaining replicants. So Earth is now just a dead planet, which leads us to yet another. Forgot about this. Emil's alive and is a head now. He survived the sacrifice, and he's just a head.
That's why he's the way he is in Automata.
That's why he's the way he is in Automata. He's just a little head rolling around. Now, technically, he does in some books between NieR and NieR Automata, he gets his body back and then loses it again. How does he lose it again? Because there's a even bigger war coming. The war with the fucking aliens in the 10,000 year time skip.
Oh dear.
These images, man.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so cursed.
Oh, so the 10,000 year time skip is
what are the Splatoon characters doing?
It's Pearl and Marina. Do you know what Marina means?
Isn't it just water?
It means harbor.
Oh yeah, you get it now?
This makes sense because there is a thing in NieR canon called the Pearl Harbor incident. I'm not joking.
Oh my god. Okay, now I get it.
So this is relevant. This is not just a joke about Pearl Harbor. This is a relevant piece of information for NieR canon, and also an excuse to joke about Pearl Harbor, which I love doing.
That's a joke. U.S. government, that's a joke.
That's a joke. Don't
That's
sue
a
the
joke.
US government.
Please don't knock on my door with guns. Oh no.
Yes, I don't. Yeah. So the 10,000 year time skip. What happens in 10,000 year? What happens in the 10,000 year time skip is aliens happen. Aliens show up to Earth and they're like, this planet is basically unoccupied. We're going to show up, but it turns out it is occupied, and its occupants are going to defend it. The main defendant being Emil, the best boy. The best boy is still alive, but being an orb now, he decides that the best course of action is to use his insane magical powers to fight against the alien forces. So Emil spends an not totally described amount of time basically fighting alone against the aliens. But he's not totally alone because he uses his magical powers to create an army of clones of himself. He makes a billion clones of Emil who are all also Emil and also all retain his memories, and basically fights against the aliens with just a million Emils going around Earth firing nuclear powered magic at the aliens. And this eventually fails. Emil fails, and the clones are all destroyed, save for a handful, which we'll get to later. After he contracts, I forgot about this. This is a joke that I had. He contracts ultra mega space dementia after cloning himself a billion times, and basically becomes a nomadic, wandering, forgetful man, robot, machine, god being, and can remember almost nothing about the events of the first game because he has super dementia.
Neither can I.
Neither can I. But that's because of my
now that
alcoholism.
Now that I've got some dead air here, did anyone else see the thing where Morgan snap kicked his light on?
I did not see that.
Yeah, I tried to bring it up, but you were just on an absolute roll, and I was just so gobsmacked, and I thought I was being gaslit because nobody was talking about it.
I can't exit the thing to look.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never kicked my fucking lights. What are you on about? They've always been on.
It's right in here, Morgan. It's right in the bad god noggin.
If it exists somewhere, it happened.
Don't call your mind the bad god noggin.
I'll point it out when, before the podcast ends tonight, you snap them off or you punch it off. I'm playing too much Guilty Gear.
So Emil becomes a little head man, just wandering around as a nomad, and he's just a little head guy. So now we have to get into Yorha. So Yorha was formed. I don't actually totally know. Yorha was formed with the remaining leadership of the Replicants after playing way too much Girls Frontline. Decided that the best way to combat the incoming alien invasion was to create a space station outside of the moon and create an army of waifus to fight against the incoming.
That's an old ass image.
That's a low res JPEG. Holy shit!
That's an old image. It's like a 15-year-old image.
It is. It is. I just looked up waifu war, and this was the picture that came up. So after Yorha creates an army of robotic waifus called androids, different from replicants. Why are they different from replicants? Because as we see with the initial prototype androids who were created during the Pearl Harbor incident, the prototype androids are not created the same way replicants are. In fact, basically, replicants are robots who are, as far as I understand it, they use the souls of humans. They are functionally the same as the humans they're created based on. But androids are entirely robotic constructs that base their personalities off of, as far as I understand it, they base their personalities off of information left over in Project Gestalt's databases. So basically, any person that existed before Project Stealth's failure can be used to make an android, but it's not exactly the same person. It's more like a personality being infused into a robotic body. One of those androids, one of those prototype androids, is unit number 2, unit number A2, who is one of the very first androids ever created and is involved in the Pearl Harbor incident and is used to fight against the machines, who are the creations of the aliens who are sent to Earth to basically fight as proxy soldiers, while the androids are also proxy soldiers for humanity. If you're wondering why I went on that whole tangent about how androids are created based on human information, it's because it's important to understand that what I'm about to say, because this isn't like totally known canon knowledge, even as hardcore fans. This might be known to you guys, but this is basically only in the NieR Automata stage play, that A2 is actually based on information from Kaine. They're the same fucking person in an android body. If it wasn't clear by the fact that A2 has that same bad bitch persona, they're literally the same. They're functionally the same person.
Yeah, so, shout out to Japan, by the way, for making a stage play for every piece of media.
Shout out to Japan's stage play of NieR Automata for never translating it to English directly, and all of this information has to go from Kira Buckland's readout of it that she did on her YouTube channel.
Shout out to the Phoenix Wright stage play where they keep everyone's crazy hair.
Shout out to the Naruto stage play where they have some of the most insane costume and makeup work done that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Shout out to Danganronpa. What are you talking
about?
If you've never looked up the Naruto stage play, it's kind of fucking lit.
It's so good.
What? Hold on.
There's a download link. Damn, that looks good. That looks really good, actually.
It looks really good. Dean, if you're gonna exit out of the screen share for a second to look it up, I wouldn't put that against you, but just like edit it out.
I'm looking at the. Oh yeah, I've seen screenshots of those of like these characters before. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I've
seen those before.
Yeah,
they're pretty great. So essentially, after the Pearl, this makes sense. After the Pearl Harbor incident, A2 decides that Yorha fucking sucks. Her entire squad got basically demolished by the machines, and she decides that Yorha leadership sucks. So she's going to go on a one-woman rampage and spend the next couple of centuries killing babies and just murdering machines wherever she finds them, because she doesn't really believe in Yorha's whole leadership and thinks Yorha fucking sucks and is stupid and is just going to go kill shit for because she wants to, and then spends several years either killing babies or traveling to Tahiti. That's why
what?
She just spends years either in exile in fucking Tahiti or wherever, killing machine babies, just hanging out, having a good old time, just fucking vibing, living her best life, girl boss queen, Sigma female moment.
Okay.
So while this is all happening, the events of NieR Automata are set up. So now we get to part 7, NieR Automata.
I played the game and I don't get any of this.
I get some of it. I get some of it. What
I'm lying. I get the booba.
I get the
Everyone gets the booba. Everyone gets the booba one.
Everyone gets the booba because this is the horny game. This is the horny game.
Yeah.
This is the game that has like, what is the poly count for fucking Tubi's ass?
Tubi's fun fact for any gamer boys out there. Tubi's ass has a higher poly than the entirety of The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
Is the Chad imagery supposed to be like an erect allegory?
No, it's just Chad that I put in there.
Oh, because that's what the game's for?
Yes. Yeah, this is the Chad game. If you play this game, you are a Chad.
Just like us.
You definitely don't have to take a shower, you smelly fuck.
Okay.
Okay, so we get into NieR Automata through Route A. So we get into NieR Automata through Route A, where we meet our heroes of Route A. 2B and 9S. 2B is yet another bad bitch in a series of Yokotaro's fixation on making on just making bad bitches.
On women that will beat him.
Women that will beat the shit out of him, and 9S as a Shinji Ikari lookalike. with white hair, in more ways than one. We'll get to that though. I totally remember what frames I put in here, but so here's the next image.
Oh, no.
So yes, so 2B and 9S go through an adventure across the wastelands of the world, fighting against the machines, such as Simone, a robotic dancing queen who fights them through yet again dance, singing and dancing. The rhythm game stuff is pervades even 10,000 years into the future from Drakengard 1's ending, because Yokotaro loves putting rhythm game shit into games that are not fucking rhythm games.
This is a world that is just permeated by dance.
After fighting against various machines, they come across two twink boys. the two twink boys educate 2B and 9S on the ethics of twink romance and tell them that the aliens are fucking dead. The aliens have been dead for a nondescript amount of time, probably at some point in the last 10,000 years when they've been fighting this war, and it's just been machines and androids fucking going at it. 2B, they meet Pascal, a leader of a group of good machines who have decided that this war is fucking stupid and makes no sense, and we're just gonna chill and hang out. And they meet a group of Heaven's Gate robots who just want to commit robot suicide and become gods. This all culminates in the final battle where 2B kills both of the twink boys in the most horrific, brutal, gory manner that I've ever seen in a video game. That's not true. I've seen much worse, but it's still pretty fucked up. Everyone lives
Eve or something gets like a fucking sword in his like goddamn neck.
Eve gets fucking eviscerated. Eve gets a sword in his brain. Adam gets fucking vivisected.
Okay, because like I was gonna say, Drakengard 3's deaths are pretty freaking brutal.
They're pretty bad, but these are particularly shocking in a game that has been like just all robots and like gears and stuff. And when the androids get hurt, they have like oil and shit and like just sprockets. And when Adam and Eve die, Adam gets fucking vivisected and Eve gets a fucking brain autopsy through the reverse of his back skull.
It's a reverse brain lobotomy.
A reverse lobotomy, if you will. Yes.
Yeah.
But after they destroy the leaders of the machines, these boys, all is well. And the war is seemingly over. All is seemingly well in the universe, but not until Route B. Route B is you play as 9S, who is in this journey and was 2B's companion throughout all of this. So you go through the whole game. It's like normal. 9S is just hanging around. He's drinking a whole lot of simp sauce for 2B and just thirsting over that whole French maid aesthetic. Aren't we all just a little bit?
Yeah.
I was simping over a lot of it.
Literally 9S.
After a big battle, Adam kidnaps 9S and educates him on becoming a Sigma male. Of which 9S escapes, and after 9S escapes this, he begins to he starts to interrogate the commander and Yorha's database and discovers the truth about Yorha. If you're playing NieR Automata for the first time, this is a big plot twist. If you played any of the previous games, you kind of know everything that is about to be already said here. That humanity is extinct, and that Yorha is sort of like a sham developed by replicants to fight against the aliens and keep the fight going. But humanity does not exist. They all believe that humanity is still alive in some form. They are not. Humanity is dead and gone. They even said that they even like as a little bit of a nod to the previous games. If you never played them, the commander even says that humanity went extinct long before the aliens showed up. Which, as if you've never played any of the games before, that would probably be really fucking confusing. So Route B ends, and we go on to Route C.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So this is where shit goes fucking sideways. So this takes place after the events of NieR A and B. So this is the follow up. NieR A. Think of Route A as a prologue chapter to this. This is the game. Route A and B is just set up for this shit. So after Yorha Command overdoses on high grade gamer girl bathwater. The gang is left basically stranded as Yorha has gone fucking AWOL. A2 makes her triumphant return after decades of committing infanticide and basically goes on a rampage and becomes a one-woman war machine to basically win the war by herself and kill every machine that exists. 9S, having touched all of the information that exists, contracts high-grade gamer schizophrenia and goes fucking nutty. 2B becomes a goddamn Killzone cosplayer and goes on to fight various machine beings and also various AWOL Yorha members as the story progresses. This all culminates in the arrival of a giant space cannon that is also a giant database no one knows what the purpose of it is, but it sprouts out of the earth. It might destroy some shit, it might launch some shit, and it culminates in our heroes finding their way inside the cannon, where they find out that nothing that they understand is real, and they've all been fucking played by the various forces that control everything. And they find out that this erotic thigh simulator is actually a die simulator.
Wow.
Where they find out that they're basically on an infinite loop, running their entire lives over and over again. At least 2B and 9S are. They're running their entire lives over and over again and are basically trapped in a cycle of life and death. As 2B describes in the opening, when she says we're trapped in a cycle of life and death, this is that comes back. That's not just philosophical ramblings. That's literal. We are trapped in a cycle of life and death. And this culminates in a big battle between the two big protagonists of the game, 9S and A2, fighting over whether or not the commander should respond to my DMs and send me her goddamn feet pics that I've been requesting for several months now. Now, whether or not the ending where you play as 9S or A2 is canon is kind of irrelevant. This is the last game in the series. We don't know what happens after this. Maybe something happens in NieR Reincarnation. I don't know where NieR Reincarnation takes place in the timeline. Does Yoko Taro know? I don't know. Does anyone know? I don't fucking know. All I do know is that there is somewhat of a happy ending to this, as again in the fucking stage play, in the previously mentioned stage play, there is somewhat of a happy ending following the events of NieR Automata. We do know that 2B and 9S finally reunite, and shit is relatively okay. Pascal and Anemone, the leader of the resistance, they meet up, they make peace. All is well. All is good in the universe. All is well in the universe, except for one boy. That boy is Emil.
Yeah!
We're talking about Emil again.
Let's go.
So Emil, after spending several centuries as a wandering nomadic ball, becomes a slave to the capitalist machine and starts a business, starts a small local business where he drives around in the car screaming at you to buy his things and about how much sales, about those goddamn sales. However, once you meet Emil, you can go on a whole quest line with him where you go through Emil's memories. Emil starts to remember the shit that he forgot with his rampant space dementia. However, much like in the previous games, if you unlock every weapon in the game, you discover a secret ending. That's this bottom left picture, where you find out that some of Emil's clones are still alive. Some of the giant nuclear powered magic clones are still kicking around, but have spent the last couple centuries becoming crazy because of isolation and loneliness, and now try to fucking kill you. So you go through a whole boss battle with A2. You can technically do the boss battle as any character. Typically it's done with A2 because that's like when you would have all the weapons in the game by that point, but you can technically do a chapter select and do it at any other point. Once you do all this culminates in the big finale where either Emil is finally laid to rest, having unlocked the memories of his dearly beloved lost friends, or ending Y, in which the Emil clones activate their nuclear reactors and destroy the entire Earth, kill everyone, and finally bring this sad horror story to a very definitive ending. So Emil's story is over after either one way or the other, unless we find out that neither of these endings are canon and there's a there's a NieR sequel coming out in which Emil is going to return and be even lonelier and have lived even longer. I hope not. I hope Yoko Taro has finally just let this boy die. He's been begging for it for 10,000 years. Like, fucking hell. But here, that is the story. The story of Emil and the story of NieR Automata is closed, and we are now done with the NieR canon. Everything is all said and done.
Holy shit.
That was a lie. We're not done yet.
I know. Yeah, there's still more.
The NieR Replicant remake.
Oh god! Wait, does the remake change that much? Oh god!
What
the NieR
fuck?
Replicant remake changes everything. The NieR Replicant remake changes fucking everything.
Oh god! Now I have to play it. I just have to finish it.
You do have to play it. So following the ending in Route D, where NieR sacrifices his entire existence to save Kaine. Here's this little frame. I'll let you enjoy that one for a second.
Gabe, for our audio listeners, can you briefly explain what is on screen?
Header explaining NieR Replicant's ending E. Text: I can't. Fuck you.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
So basically,
Dean, if people aren't watching the visual along with this, they are hung out to dry. Let's be real.
They're missing out.
It's like they're eating
on the bulk of the performance.
It's like they're eating pie without the filling. Yeah.
Yes.
They just aren't eating pie. They're just hearing guys laugh at pie.
They're hearing people talk about pie, but they're not getting.
No, they're
we're not
reading
even
a review
describing
of eating pie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. For our audio listeners, for all three of you, just tune in on our YouTube channel for the full experience.
So essentially, this ending follows Kaine, who is now alive and well, but is troubled because of the fact that half of her life's memories are sort of have a blank slate in them because she can't remember NieR, who was a very important figure in the last 5 years of her entire life, and all of her memories now have basically a blank slate in them, which leads to her unraveling a new mystery and a whole new campaign that is added at the end of NieR Replicant in the remake, in which she goes into a area, a big machine area, and fights against various entities who strongly resemble 2B and 9S in a pre-alien invasion setting, in a pre-Yorha setting. She fights against the souls of these beings in a wacky time travel fight. Enters the fucking tower before it's ever constructed and built, and has a whole thing where she fights against various creatures from NieR and NieR Automata, and has the whole HUD changed to the NieR Automata HUD. There's a whole bunch of other shit that happens, but basically it culminates in kind of using some nondescript form of magic. I say nondescript. It is very descript. I'm getting messages from Discord. Is something happening?
Oh, my apologies. I found this picture on Facebook of a potato that just looks completely done with itself. And this is how I'm feeling because I just can't take in any more information. I'm saturated with words about things.
It's like sensory overload.
It's about to get a whole lot worse. It's about to because I say that the form of magic that kind of uses to go through and resurrect NieR, bring back the best boy, bring the best boy back into existence at the very ending. This is the second last frame of the NieR Replicant ending E. After her and NieR rise out of the earth, she has NieR back, and she's rising out in some form of pod. It's a vague pod-like structure. When the pod reaches out of Earth, it sort of unravels and takes its full form. Y'all want to see what its full form is? Y'all want to see the magic that Kaine used to bring NieR back? Guess what?
It's a Bezos like wiener rocket, isn't it?
It's much worse. Feast your fucking eyes on what she used.
No.
Boom!
I hate you so. I fucking hate everything.
God.
Okay, it all ties
together.
The flower.
It's starting to come together.
Holy shit!
So you got this whole ended going.
Oh my god!
Yep, this.
Oh, you saved me from a lot of pain of ending E, that's for sure.
I would still recommend going through it. There's a lot.
I'm still gonna go through it, and I'm still gonna go through existential pain, but at least I'm prepared now.
Yeah, prepared now.
Morgan at the beginning of this looks like, oh yeah, I'm the one who spoils.
But you're not prepared for this next section.
No.
Part 9, Outer Canon.
Oh god, are we gonna be talking about novellas and stuff?
We're gonna be talking, no, not novellas and stuff. We're gonna be talking about crossovers because the crossovers.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be talking about crossovers because crossovers have a weird existence with the canon of NieR. First crossover we're gonna be talking about is a game called See No Alice.
Yeah.
See No Alice is a gacha mobile game that is your pretty standard gacha game. You get some waifus, you do some turn-based action shit, pretty normal stuff. You know, the easy digestible gacha game stuff. But during one crossover event, there was NieR Automata crossovers, and you might think to yourself, okay, so NieR Automata characters are going to show up. No, it's not that simple. Of course, it's not that simple. In this section, there is a boss fight with Simone that contains plot details confirming essentially what the NieR Automata ending confirms, which is that the characters are on an infinite life and death loop, fighting against the same, basically going through the same cycle over and over again, fighting against Simone and all those other machines that ends at the end of NieR Automata, but they've gone through hundreds, if not thousands of times before, as confirmed by See No Alice. So that's a very important lore detail that's in the fucking unrelated gacha game.
Also, isn't See No Alice isn't Yoko Taro involved in some kind?
Yoko Taro is involved. He is involved. I don't know to what capacity he's involved. It is a gacha game. I don't know if the rest of this game is like NieR, if it's as depressing and violent and fucked up and horrifying. I'm pretty sure it's just a regular old gacha game that he directs.
I mean, there's some cute girls in it, so you should play it regardless.
Yes, thank you.
Settle down.
Look, I need to justify why I play gacha games.
The second outer canon we're going to describe is...
You didn't justify it at all.
I know.
Is the stuff that's not totally explained and may not be canon at all, probably isn't, but Soul Calibur and Fall Guy both have crossovers to NieR Automata. Soul Calibur one, I believe there's an arcade mode where you can see an ending. I don't know if there is. I haven't seen it because I never played Soul Calibur's arcade mode. I bought Soul Calibur and spent $130 on all the character customization options so that I could basically play a dress-up game, and then I never actually played the fighting game. As for Fall Guys, I don't know if the NieR Automata DLC is out yet. So
it's out. It's way past.
It's way past?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, then nothing happened. Fall Guys may or may not still be canon. It might be canon. Who knows? I don't. Yoko Taro knows. The reason that I bring this up, though, is because it's important to understand that Yoko Taro has creative directive control over the franchise. It's like part of his agreement with Square Enix. So if they do a collaboration event, Yoko Taro has to be involved and he has to do some shit. So every time this is sort of a rule with NieR and Drakengard, is that if there's a crossover event, no matter how subtle it may seem, you have to assume that there's some canon shit going on there. You're basically forced to. The last collaboration event is the most important one that I want to talk about because it is directly canon. It is not just confirmation of previous events, but it is a confirmation of future events, and it is in the form of fucking Final Fantasy 14.
Oh yes. I've been told about this. This is hype. This is hype.
In the insane Yorha Dark Apocalypse raid inside of Final Fantasy 14 Online, you go through. There's a whole bunch of shit. There's a character named 2P, who is I guess a canon member of Yorha, who is basically just palette swapped 2B.
Yeah. I just want to say 2P's original the color palette swap, that design specifically did come from Soul Calibur because that was, I think, her second color option.
And then this one canonized it. That's also why Soul Calibur is important to bring up, because it contains a canon palette swap of 2B. It's the first appearance of 2P. But the Final Fantasy
that's a color swap.
The Yorha Dark Apocalypse. I don't know if it's Yorha. It's not Yorha Dark Apocalypse. It was the second raid that they did. The final boss of the second NieR raid in Final Fantasy XIV Online contains a boss fight. this boss fight looks like this. It is Kaine. It is Kaine, but she is adorned with flowers atop her head. And as she shows up, she is introduced to a backdrop of a destroyed city. More importantly, though, she's introduced to a very specific theme song. The theme song is the fucking song that plays at the end of Drakengard 1 from the Queen Beast's mouth. Basically confirming what the NieR Replicant ending already told us, that Kaine, through resurrecting NieR, has basically become a new intoner. And has resurrected the flower and has become an apocalyptic being now.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
But who the fuck asked?
From now on, you get two answers, and it's damn, that's crazy, or shit, that sucks.
Shit, that sucks.
It's the default conversation ender.
Damn, bro.
I'm just on passive receiving of information now. I can't output anymore.
That's good, because we're at the end. We're done. we are now in the point where I have no more information to give. This is now theories, speculation, and a general discussion of lore. The two top left images are two. That's NieR reincarnation and a supposedly leaked image from Drakengard 4 in a magazine that is not confirmed or not. It looks very modern day, so it's probably not true. But who fucking knows? Yokotaro is a lunatic. Yokotaro could do whatever the fuck he wants, and it'll be real. The bottom pick involves a theory that I wrote down and forgot. So,
nice.
Great.
Thank you, Gabe.
Thank you, Gabe.
I appreciate it.
I know it has something to do with with Kaine being an intoner, and from what I remember from what I wrote down, it's that it's not like a setup of a new plot, but just an explanation for what the fuck the aliens are. I don't think the aliens are actually aliens. I think that the aliens were it was all some Kaine doing some intoner bullshit, and that the ghost girls from the end of NieR Automata are like it's Kaine and Yona in some weird, gross computer intoner form.
I was actually just gonna say that. I'm glad you said it, but I was actually just gonna say that too.
You're just gonna say,
whatever you just said, I was gonna say that too.
I hate you so much.
I was thinking that.
So, Dean, you can go back to the call, because this is the end of the proper presentation completely. So I'm gonna close this.
All right.
And I'm gonna stop streaming. The stream is over, and
we are now in grid view.
Now that I'm coming back to the video, it's everything was so light and bright when I came in. You three just look defeated. I'm so sorry.
I knew most of this lore, and I'm still defeated.
I
hate Yokotaro, man.
I just had two quick things in the Automata one, but I started to get into like oversaturation, so I kind of just turned my mouth off to take it all in. I was just gonna say something slightly anecdotal, something you were saying with the robots in NieR Automata, and I thought you'd bring it up, but it's not the biggest deal because there's a lot of name allegory in the NieR and Drakengard games.
Mm-hmm.
But I got really drawn to NieR Automata because each robot is named after a famous like 18th to 20th century philosopher.
Mm-hmm.
Some classic Greek, but mainly just those two centuries. And I really appreciate how each character is modeled after an interpretation of those philosophers' views on society.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then second, which is much less important and I could have thrown to the wayside, the Heaven's Gate logo is ripped off from the Green Bay Packers. And if anyone from Heaven's Gate was still like alive and in control of the group, there's like side groups, but they don't use the logo. If people were still control that, they would have gotten sued because that's just the Green Bay Packers logo.
I fucking love how Michael held on to that.
How are there still living members of Heaven's Gate? Did they not get the memo?
No,
it's like a thing where like the people who killed themselves in Heaven's Gate. Are we still recording? Can I talk about that?
We can talk about Heaven's Gate. This is part of the NieR canon.
I mean, like Fall Guys is. Why can't we have Heaven's Gate? So like, wait. Quick side thing. Was Among Us? Is Among Us have a crossover?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
They just used that image.
I used an Amogus Fall Guys fan art picture in that one frame, but that was not there's no.
Can you fucking imagine like your Cordero bringing like NieR into Fall Guys? It'll tie in perfectly too. Just like there's some kind of fucking virus or something that like sneaks aboard one of the Amogus spaceships.
Oh my god!
And that's how the imposters are made.
Yeah.
Also, I just wanted to throw on to Michael's first point. That's why the smartest naming decision is 2P, because 2P is just a player 2 reskin of 2P.
No, it's a lowercase b upside down. You're wrong.
I hate you so much. Fuck up.
I'm sorry. That was a little mean. A little aggressive.
That was a lot. That was a lot of information.
That was a lot.
Taken. Yeah.
It was a lot of information.
No wonder like the lore videos are like fucking 5-part, an hour long each.
Yeah.
This was. How long did I go on a rant?
We're gonna go on like
under
Christian
2 hours.
documentary length.
It's been 2 hours. That is so much longer than I expected that to be.
That was a lot. Yeah,
it is a lot.
Because what is it like? For one thing, on NieR Replicant, actually, I had heard that like there was some new stuff added into the game. Aside from like just obviously remaking it, because like as a normie I only ever knew that it was a fucking remake. I didn't know that they were suddenly it was just implementing a whole new like story arc that changed everything.
That changes potentially the entire canon of the series.
Yeah. So like that. So NieR. So you said like NieR basically is over, right? Like we just need a new Drakengard at this point. Like that's going to be the next game.
What we either need. I mean, we could have a follow-up to Automata. I totally believe it's possible. I mean, based on the information we have from the stage play, I think it's possible that we could have a NieR Automata follow-up in some capacity. We know that a lot of the characters are, like, still kicking and around.
Yeah.
I think there could easily be... So, like, Drakengard is a... like parallel timeline fantasy story, and then NieR Automata, or like the NieR games, are then like post-apocalypse to post-apocalypse to like 10,000 year in the future science fiction. But I could see with the like the ends that this game likes to go towards, it could have like a million year in the future style, like hyper futuristic game.
It's just gonna be
it
on
could
a whole
have
new
like
planet.
it could have like a Cro-Magnon style 2001 Space Odyssey, like prehistory game.
Yeah.
I could really see the sky being the limit with this game. So yes, the games could wrap up here, but if Taro's given the freedom to do what he wants, I could see him just doing like 6 other games with different shit, or a third series that interplays with these two.
Or you could do kind of what Reincarnation does, because as far as I can tell, Reincarnations are more just, it's kind of its own story. And I know there is like a NieR crossover event, like an Automata crossover event. And I kind of saw the cutscenes for those, but those still don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Play
when I said that NieR Automata is the ending, I don't mean like this is the definitive ending. I mean this is like the last chronological entry in the series. There could definitely potentially be more after this. There just is not yet.
Strike.
It's just like a done
strike
for
of the
now
Drakengard
It's the
series.
third strike of the series. Exactly.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't get to like a Street Fighter 5 equivalent. That would make me a little sad.
Oh no!
When you're just throwing like junk food lore in at that point.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to see, like, if they are gonna do a new game, I think like Drakengard, like a new Drakengard would probably be a good idea, because like
I think they should remake Drakengard. I think I would love a Drakengard 1 remake, to be honest.
Oh my god, please remake Drakengard's 1 to 3, because like 3 literally has like a Yakuza Dead Souls issue where it's like, oh, I'm fine with this game. It's just for most of it, it's running at 10 frames a second.
Yeah.
Because the PS3 cannot handle it.
Yeah. Yeah, they should at least port it to PS4 or PS5 now, but like...
Yeah. Because like what? Most people nowadays with that kind of universe, they're familiar with Automata, because like Automata was like the big holy shit, right? And like you had waifus, so like it's bound to like draw people in anyway. But if you either remade 1 to 3 or just made a whole new Drakengard game, that'll get a whole lot more people into Drakengard. Because like from what I know, like Automata was the game that like got people hooked onto this kind of fucking like bad shit.
Yeah, what's awesome is that like when the NieR Replicant remake came out, it killed in sales because it was a new NieR game following Automata, and Automata was like a massive success for like the franchise and for like Yoko Taro and for Platinum and for Squeenix, of course. So like they wanted to do more, and yeah, NieR Replicant was like it made a killing. As far as I know, it definitely was, because like the problem that the series has run into is that Drakengards 1 to 3 and then NieR 1 were like they did fine, but they all have cult status. None of them were like huge successes. They definitely weren't on NieR Automata's level. So NieR Automata came out and like it gave the series a lot of gas, and I think that yeah, they could definitely do some more stuff now. And I think Yoko Taro probably has like, yeah, definitely like a bigger budget to make more stuff.
So I just realized Square Enix publishes the DrakenNieR series, and they also publish the Marvel's Avengers game. And the Marvel's Avengers game is pretty desperate. What if they do a crossover event with NieR?
Can you imagine?
I can't imagine. You know what? I can't imagine it. What
is it? Like, there's a thing. Like, there was one new Squeenix property, Forspoken, I think. It was originally Project Athia or something that was unveiled. Imagine if that's just like some far sequel connected to like DrakenNieR.
I was about to say, I've thought for a while, I think Project Athia is Drakengard. That's my belief. That is my hard belief.
Yeah, it's
called Forspoken now, but I still think come E3 2021 or whatever, we're past E3 2021. Come whenever the next update for that game is, hard bet that's going to be Drakengard 4. They're going to be like, if it's Forspoken, that title's going to get swept away and it's going to be Drakengard 4. That's my hard bet.
Yeah, like it would take some huge balls for that to happen, because from what I know, Forspoken isn't developed by Platinum.
Well, no, but Platinum only made NieR Automata.
Yeah.
It
could be possible.
And even then, Yoko Taro had complete control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be insane. Now like every Squeenix person, or now like every Squeenix like fan in general, is just gonna be looking at different games and just being like, "Oh, how is this connected to fucking DrakenNieR?"
How does this
Yo, the world ends with you cross NieR.
That one I could actually really see. That one's obscure enough. I could definitely see that.
When they're done,
I don't want NieR characters in modern day Tokyo. Yeah.
When they're done all of the Final Fantasy VII remakes, there's just gonna be a bonus cutscene how that all connects to the like NieR Automata.
Oh yeah, we can also get a Kingdom Hearts. We can have actual Organization 13 in NieR.
I'm shocked that Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't have a NieR crossover, to be honest. That was the most shocking part of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh yeah, as if Kingdom Hearts 3 wasn't confusing enough.
They do need to have NieR Automata in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Plastered Gabe explaining the entire lore of Kingdom Hearts. Oh, I'd love to see that.
Okay, hang on. Don't make me do Kingdom Hearts after this. This was too much on me. This took everything out of me. Don't make me do Kingdom Hearts, man. I can't do it.
Did you have fun, though?
I can maybe do Metal Gear. I can't do Kingdom Hearts.
If you end up, Gabe, looking at that YouTube channel I sent you that does the lectures, I was rewatching theirs. The PCP lectures, because they just released a part 2 to their Sonichu one, which like you can leave this in the podcast or drop it, but like, I love how everyone's face is finally turned. I was gonna bring it up. I was just getting to part 2, so they have 2 lectures, and one's from like when Chris is a kid to when like it was like 2016, and then there's a part 2 that's like 2016 to where like Chris joins this like My Little Pony like doomsday cult to events as of July or August 2021.
Yeah, which we will not get into on this podcast under any circumstances.
Yeah. You should wrap up before we get onto that.
Gabe, you can just walk outside your apartment and be like, Chris Chan did what? You don't need to like have anyone on a podcast talk about it. It's out in the streets. They're banging pots and pans and saying what it was.
I've been avoiding talking about this with anyone until now. This is the first time I think I've talked with a single person until now, and I'm
okay, we can talk about it after. We should just wrap up first.
I had a friend
Yes,
message me at work, but I'm not going to talk about it. If we are grabbing properties though, and Gabe's doing Metal Gear, I thought about doing Metal Gear, but I want to.
I remember you said Metal Gear. You got dibs on Metal Gear. I will respect that.
I want to top off. I want to top this one, and hopefully do it not as like brain gouging as the Drakengard games are. I would do a longer one that I think I could summarize faster with just my machine gun talking, and I would either do I think it's 37 timelines of Evangelion, including like this one apocalypse. Because like the Evangelion series also has that like time loop type of thing, and one of the time loops is literally just like a Schick razor ad they had. Like they get so minute because similar to Star Wars, Evangelion sold out, but like Evangelion is a high concept sci-fi series based in a time loop. So like each spin-off and each like other form of media is all part of this canon. That, or I would do JoJo, because I feel like I could do JoJo right now, honestly, and that would include like the books. I think the like written novel books are the only part of JoJo that's like mentally taxing. They feel more complex than this lecture was.
Like I remember Michael describing a synopsis of one of the books.
Yeah, I described like
fucking brain fried me.
Like back in high school, I was describing I think it was the Jorge Joestar book, and it's like. It's like one of those super fan fictions that go on for hours and it never leads anywhere, but like it constantly gives you something to think about. But like parts 1 to 8 of JoJo are fairly simple to describe if you're just glazing over all the fights. But I would get into all the fights, so.
Yeah. Well, I'd be down for either of those.
Yeah, I'm done.
Just give me the Yakuza series. I'll fucking drunkenly
I'd watch Morgan do that.
I would absolutely watch you do that. Yes.
Again, just the thing. If it's not on the InkGuild podcast, it'll be on the Soibois.
Watch the Soibois podcast coming out never.
Oh, he's taking it off.
Is this the part where Morgan strips? Yes.
Yeah, he slapped it. I saw that.
That's all you get.
That's all we get. That's enough.
Again, audio listeners, you're missing out.
Morgan's got really good tone using the Chiaroscuro light, though.
Yeah.
Don't fucking use that term.
You can see his collarbone. It's pretty good.
The Kubrick stare.
Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Joe Biden.
Okay. On Joe Biden.
Oh,
should we close up this podcast first?
Gabe.
Yes. I'm going to close up this podcast. I'm going to wrap up this podcast. Dean, you can edit this however you want, but I think it's great how it is.
All right.
So, all that's done. The NieR, we're done talking about NieR. So I'm going to close it for tonight. Thanks everyone for listening to us collectively lose our minds and have a mental breakdown trying to wrap up the story. We are at the InkGuild on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Our main home is on YouTube and Spotify, but you can connect with us individually on our own social media. If you have corrections about NieR Automata or things that I missed, message me directly so I can ignore it. Check out our Wix if you want to learn more about us and keep an eye out on our more podcasts and creative projects.
Yeah.
And
check
with
out
us
the Soibois
are, of
too,
course,
by the way. Yeah.
I was about to say, yeah. With us are, of course, Morgan and Michael of the Soibois. They are another brilliant channel. Do you guys want to plug? You want to give your plugs for a second?
Right now we just do dumb Let's Plays. So unfortunately you won't be able to see me strip, but I have other videos in production right now as we speak. Actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a. You can edit this out if Morgan's uncomfortable with it, but can I say what the property is, Morgan? You don't want me to say it.
Oh, it's like the property?
So like there's a project that I'm working on with like Morgan and Chris from the Soibois where I'm going to be doing the visuals, and it's going to be like a video essay style setup. And can I say what the first video is, or do you want to hold off on that?
Let's hold off on that for now because I don't know when that'll come out.
Okay.
Let's just say it's Japanese based. That's your only hint.
Oh yeah.
We're doing the lore of Drakengard.
Yeah, we're actually gonna be talking about the lore of Drakengard.
This is of the times. It's very serendipitous. I don't know what that word means.
Serendipity.
Okay, that's a bad idea.
Ingenuity, photosynthesis.
Synergy. This is synergy. This is corporate synergy.
This is nothing you've listed so far. You said like 6 words and none of them describe what we've been talking. This has just been words, to be honest.
This has just been words.
At some point, Marco just completely phased out. He started like...
It'd be just numbing the three of you out with information. Anyone who's listening to this, feel free to like take a break at literally any point.
Yeah, say that near the end of the episode.
Yes. That's perfect. That's the best way to do it. That's the best. Shit.
Oh god.
So thanks again for listening, everyone. Have a good night.
Night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Mwah.